do you think that there were 7 members who didn't attend the delegation meeting today, though? The Florida delegation meeting.
You didn't have to ask them. I was there.
What was some of the main talking points that really impressed you within that meeting?
I thought that both of the candidates understood the need to unite the conference, to bring the conference in, into a more effective fighting force, to conduct oversight with greater rigor, and really to put the pressure on Senate Democrats to take up our bills to get the government funded.
What goes through your head tonight when you're kind of deciding who to vote for, that what happened with McCarthy doesn't happen again? How are you going to make that decision? Kind of what goes
Well, I'm very confident that both of these men would represent an upgrade over Speaker McCarthy, so I'm not concerned that the things that really imperiled his speakership would be baggage carried by either a Speaker Jordan or a Speaker Scalise.
Do you
What
think
do you
that either
think
of that
of
should be
Congressman Jordan's CR plan that he outlined?
I don't want to govern by CR for one more day. And I know that Jim Jordan has been a tireless fighter for less spending from the federal government. I think that we've got to put pressure on the Senate to take up our bills. Mr. Jordan believes that one strategy to force the Senate to take up our bills would be a continuing resolution with automatic cuts. So I want to hear him out on that, but as I've stated many times, my preference is to govern without CRs at any point.
Are you willing to move on the motion to vacate?
Go ahead, sir.
So you talked a lot about trust in the last 10 minutes or so. Do you think that either Scalise or Jordan, either of them should be subject to the one-person motion to vacate in the rules in a future rules package?
Well, I think that the motion to vacate is negotiable, but it's negotiable for things that are going to make representatives in Washington more responsive. My colleague Ro Khanna laid out a series of reforms that would, I think, limit the influence of lobbyists and special interests here. And so I would be willing to limit my own influence, my own ability to bring a motion to vacate by myself, if it meant at the same time we could reduce the influence of some of the most corrupt enterprises that I think have strangled our nation.
But if that's not really on the table, then if that doesn't really come to fruition, do you still want to maintain that one-person threshold for motion to vacate?
Well, that's my offer. I haven't heard anyone reject it yet.
Are you confident that they won't reject it and that they'll accept it?
I don't know, but I'm not the one that's trying to change the motion to vacate rule. So maybe the people who want to change that rule should think about what things they're interested in offering me to come off my position. I've said what I want. What I want are the Ro Khanna reforms that stop lobbyists from trading, or stop members of Congress from trading stocks, that stop members of Congress from becoming lobbyists or registered foreign agents, and that limit the ability of PACs and special interests to buy off members of Congress.
Did you say, sorry, who you had decided to vote for Speaker?
I'm not. I remain undecided. I'm praying about it tonight. I think we got two great choices, though, and whichever these great men get a majority of the conference, I'll be really proud to vote for on the floor.
What's your feeling about the decision that some people want to make changes to the rules in conference that have to get to 217 before leaving conference?
As I mentioned earlier, I think that would be a lot more dispositive in a world in which you had 3, 4, 5 people running for speaker, but in a world in which you only have 2 candidates, it's going to become pretty evident after the first vote who has the momentum and the majority, and I think that there'll be a lot of desire to rally around that candidate. I know I'll be desirous of that.
Okay.
So you're either candidate, they're the nominee, you're going to support them?
Yeah.
Were the candidates clear that they would support each other if they were not to get the majority?
I don't recall them being asked that question. Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Congressman.